Welcome to 30-Day Reviews. I'm Justin, and today we are talking about trimming up the eyebrows. Why? You may ask. Well, that's pretty simple. Honestly, as I got older, I lost all my hair from my head here, and it decided to start popping up and creeping up other places, like my nose, my ears, and eventually even my eyebrows. Now, I don't have super bushy ones yet anyway. Probably will when I'm a few years older. However, there are a few and very noticeable hairs that like to grow much longer, much quicker than the rest. And it starts to bug me, and it is definitely to that point where it is noticeable. Now, when I first started trimming my eyebrows, I was using something like this. I did a review on this. It works. It does its job. However, do you know how many times I've lost this little attachment to be able to do the eyebrows with? Tell you what, more times than I would like to admit. And it's kind of out of shape. It's gotten bent up in there. And honestly, it doesn't do that horribly great of a job. Sure, it cuts down the longer hairs, but sometimes even it just misses it completely. So I decided to go ahead and switch to something a little better. So what I switched to was a mustache comb and my mustache trimming scissors. The smaller the scissor, the more accurate you're going to be. Bigger ones for beards are going to be a little bit more complicated to use, so I do suggest using something like a small touch-up scissor or mustache scissor. And on the rare occasion that I have a very stray hair, I'll go ahead and use a tweezers to go ahead and pluck that out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and look for any stray hairs right up and around here and very far from the eyebrows, as well as check in between here and the other side as well. Now, I'm going to want to do this right after a shower when my pores are open because of the hot water, or after taking a wet washcloth and doing a warm compress over them. The way that you're going to want to pull the hairs out is going to be in the direction that the hair is growing. So let's say that I had a hair down here that was coming out here and going this way. I would pull it that direction, and that should come out fairly easy with very little problems. Now, I've already checked today, and it doesn't look like I really have any that are that big of an issue or needing to be taken care of. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my mustache comb along with my trimming scissors. These are really the main things that you're going to need to properly trim your eyebrows. This is what my eyebrows look like normally. As you can see, there's a couple of longer hairs up here. So what I'm going to want to do first is I'm going to go ahead and comb all of those straight up to really give me a better idea of which hairs I'm going to need to trim. And as you can see, I have quite a few of them, but you can also see there's a very defined line of shorter hairs. I don't want to trim off any of those. So I'm going to take my comb here and I'm just going to go up to that line, that natural line, even it out as much as I possibly can here, and bring it all back a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim them with my scissors. And then move it over a bit and do the same with these other ones here. And there we go. Now that you can see that I have all my hairs the same length there, I can just simply comb it over, and it looks much better and much more natural how it's supposed to be versus this one over here. Now this one over here does look a little bit thicker because there are those longer hairs there. However, that's okay because I'm going to trim this one up to make it look even as well. And there we go, guys. As you've seen, it's not very hard to do. Honestly, the hardest part for me is cutting it with my left hand or holding it while with my right while doing the left. So just figure out whichever one is easiest for you. Take your time on them. Don't rush them, and don't try to just freehand it, especially if you have, smaller eyebrows like I do, because you definitely don't want to accidentally cut off some of the smaller hairs that you didn't mean to and give yourself, those pencil thin eyebrows. One last thought on the subject, guys. Some of you might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just go have them done. To be honest with you, I've never seen a guy come out of a eyebrow place that looks natural, because they have special shapes that they go by that they are told that eyebrows should look like, and it never fits the face quite right. And therefore, you end up being able to tell very clearly that the guy went and had his eyebrows done, and it just looks feminine. So just do a little bit of cleanup. Go ahead and use some tweezers, like I said, on very stray hairs if need be. And other than that, you can do this very simply. So don't be afraid to do it. Hopefully this video has helped you out a little bit. If you want to see my review on the things that I've reviewed and used in this video, make sure to go ahead and check out this playlist right here. And until next time, you guys all have a good one.